All right, guys. So if you're just connecting, you're welcome to the Pro Tribes Trade Breakdown, daily analysis of the financial markets. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick review on our previous trades and see what we have for today. Okay, so if you're just connecting, kindly subscribe to the channel Pro Tribe. Follow us on X at Prolific. It's a double C, and of course you can also follow us on TikTok at the Prolific with triple C. Okay, so this is NZD USD. This trade was taken on the 27th of January, 28th rather, of January, where we had some knockouts, okay, as regards to what we saw. Now, if you had agreed with me, NZD USD has been bullish for a while, okay, for I think um since November. Okay, it signaled the reversal since November, and all through this year, it's been bullish. Okay, and today is 29th. So we were aiming to take out this high, the one that's marked. That's the immediate high with respect to the trend that got broken. And mind you, the trend, like I would always say, is an imaginary line, and you're just using it to. The market changes, and the market is always right. So you're just using it to control or make your analysis what it. Okay. So on the you can see it on the monthly time frame. It's already broke our imaginary trend line. Okay, and then you go to the 4 hourly. I'll just jump to the 4 hourly, of course, because already what we want to see, we have seen it. And then on the 4 hourly yesterday, based off of what we saw, let me hide this quickly. So we just agreed that since the market is bullish and our target was just right here at the top, what we did was we opened the chart at about I think 7 or 8 a.m. thereabout, and it was already signaling time for reversals. Okay, and I told us if you check the videos on the YouTube um, channel there, they're all recorded. So you could check there. We said now the probable places for the market to revisit is this area and this area. All right, that is these two areas. And I said the likelihood of coming back here may be very slim. And I said that would be based on the 4 hourly close of the 7 a.m. candle. That's 7 a.m. The 4 hourly candle formed by the 7 a.m. candle would determine whether it will revisit. And if you observe with me, what happened there was just a bullish candle from 7 p.m. the previous day, and then followed by a bearish 4 hourly candle at 23 o'clock, followed by a bullish candle, and then a bullish candle, which is the 7 a.m. candle, closing above the previous 4 hourly candle. And what does that tell you? The bulls will still continue, right? And then we had the following candle, which was the 11 a.m. candle, closing bearish, but not bearing enough to cover the previous candle. Okay, so what do we expect? Our buyers are still strong. That's what that signals. And we had our pending order right here. And how did we get our pending order? I think we used two methods. The first one, we went to the 1 hourly time frame and we picked the order block at the 1 hourly time frame. And we made a couple of refinements. So firstly, we said we could use this guy, right? We could use this guy because it's an accumulation zone, which I explained what accumulation zones are in the previous live session we had. And also we marked out this guy too. Okay, we said also this is an accumulation zone. Since they all tally around the same area, I think we took this one. And also, I think another way we checked, I think we did 75% mark out. Let me see if we did the 75% mark out. You could check the videos right there. Okay, yeah, we did the 75% mark out. And it was just right here on this line here. I think we took it from here. Let me see if we took from here. No, no, I think we took the previous one. So we took from both candles, which is this candle and this candle, meaning we took 75%. Just a minute. We took 75% of these two candles. All right. And when we say 75% entry, it's usually because we take out 75%. If you're going bullish to the upside with your Fibonacci, okay? So you're going to do this. All right, from the low of this candle to the high of this candle. And you can see it aligns right around our entry region. Okay, and that's why we took the entry from here. But remember, this our entry was originated from the other block, the doji order block we had as an accumulation zone, and that's what we did. That was it. Yeah. So that's why we got tapped in at about 3 p.m., which is the opening of the 3 p.m. 4 hourly candle, right? Tapped us in, and it's been going. Okay. And that's why we have this bullish push. But currently, I think a reversal may be snaring in because we were targeting this area. And when I did an overview, just about when I opened the chart, I noticed we have an engulfing wick right here, meaning we would have exited this market right around here. Okay, because of this engulfing wick right now. Because of this engulfing wick, we could have exited this market right here. Okay, probably we wanted more, that's why we still stayed. So, but on the long run, we are still hoping to take out this guy, and then since the market is still bullish, and I think the dollar may decline for a long time, so we may be targeting this area on the long run. But for now, it may be a bit risky to do that. Reasons being, we have this accumulation zone right here at the bottom, right here at the bottom, that may be taken out first. Okay, so we want to see what happens at the closure of this current candle. This is the 11 a.m. candle that just formed. 7 a.m. closed bearish, even though not bearish, it didn't close bearish with relative to the previous candle, right? So we want to look at what this candle does. I'm still in the trade though, so I'm still running. Okay, I think I got up this morning to notice the decline. Okay, another one we checked out was, so for this particular one, for today, what I'll be looking out for is, I'm not going to take any trade on NUDO, but I want to look at my buys to continue. So I may look out for this. To come visit this area. All right. So we want to see all this happening within the 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. candle. All right. We want to see all this happen within the 11 a.m. to the 3 p.m. candle. All right. So that's what we're looking at for now. If it doesn't, I will just close halfway, all right, and then make do what we have. Then another thing you may be looking at is also this candle here is also an accumulation zone back there. Okay, sitting right there, and the market is currently just right inside that area. Okay, so we want to be careful and see what happens. So if we further refine to the 1 hour, you notice this. This is an OB right here that the market may visit. That is like going back to our entry. Okay, now another pair we looked at was gold. Before I come to the others, let's go to gold, because we did a markup on gold and we said, gold did some crazy stuff during the Asian section. Okay, so you can see it clearly. I gave us 2 POIs, okay, during the live session, the video on the YouTube channel. Okay, if you go to the 1 hourly time frame, I gave us 2 POIs. I said, firstly, for the immediate move, you notice that this is where gold reacts from. Okay, for the immediate move, let me go to the 30 minutes. I think this on 30 or 30 minutes. So this is the immediate move we're expecting. And I said, if this move gets defiled, you just wait. You just have to wait for this area, and you can see what happened clearly. Okay, and we're anticipating to get gold to about 5,440. Yeah, 5,440, and then gold did way more than that, right? So if you took the trade, congratulations on that, and you can see that was a precise entry. Okay, a precise entry. And how did we get that entry? The same thing with accumulation zones, like I explained earlier. All right, I think that was on the 15 minutes accumulation zone we did. So this was it, just legit. We first got this accumulation zone that got defiled, except you had a very big SL. And with gold, that's quite that could be quite funny, right? So we have this one right here, the second accumulation zone right below, and that's where we took the buys from. Okay, so just tapped in, reversed, and then this was the 4 a.m. at around 4 p.m. rather, we got a retest, and then all boom. So currently, what are we looking at? We're still looking at gold may still continue buying. Let me go to the 4 hourly and see what we have right there on the 4 hourly time frame. So on the 4 hourly time frame, reversals are signaling in. Lots of people are already selling, which is still right. You're still right to sell because, of course, you have this very strong pin bar right here. You have a very strong pin bar right here on gold. Okay, you can see it's very strong, and that's the signaling reversal. Now, the signaling reversal doesn't mean that the market is about to go bearish. Okay, that doesn't mean the market is about to go bearish. Oh, it's going to crash. No. Now, when you see a pin bar at the top of a chart, what do you expect? You expect it to reverse. Now, to an extent, it's going to reverse to an extent. So, not like reverse to death. Okay, so of course we don't know that yet. So we have a market gap right here. I think that was opened by the 23 o'clock. That was the normal market gap. I can observe right here. You have a gap right here. Okay, let me give that a color, a filling color, so we could get some. Could be clear enough. So we have a color right there, a gap right there, which I expect to fill. But markets, sometimes traders will tell you all gaps will be filled, and sometimes all gaps will not be really filled. So I'm going to straight line to the 30 minutes and see what's up with the 30 minutes time frame. The gap is still existing right there. Go to the 15 minutes. Now I'm seeing two things right from here. Now the first is this. The first is that we have an engulfing wick right here, and I told us that engulfing wicks are probable for entries. Okay, which you can see it reacted the first touch, okay, and pushed up. Now for such an engulfing wick of such nature, you don't expect it to be so strong. Why? Because you have a long wick, meaning this wick may most likely be tested. And where is going to be testing from? Probably 50% or 75%. Okay, most likely. So we're going to mark out the 50% area first, and then the 75%. But let's see what happens with the 75%, and then we'll stream down to a lower time frame. Okay, so if you go to the 75, this is the 75% area we just marked out. And remember, we still have a gap below, right? So if I go to the 5 minutes time frame, what does the 5 minutes time frame tell me exactly? What do you see here? You can see equal double candles, right? And remember what I told you with these double candles. If I take 75% of these two candles, on our previous recording I explained it, you can see exactly at 75%. So there's every likely the market will return there for gold. 75% of now this is 5 minutes. Now I'm going to go back to the 15 minutes. How did we get this on the 15 minutes? On the 15 minutes, we got it with the wick. You see, so it's going to come back here most likely. So if you want to at all, you want to buy gold, you want to wait to come back to this area. Now, bearing in mind that there is a gap, okay, bearing in mind that there is a gap, you may want to wait for all the happenings to happen, probably to fill a gap or something. You may want to wait for that. All right, but for now, you don't want to buy. If you want to buy, you can still go in. Now, if you want to buy from here, you could still buy from here using these two candles. And we are expecting to buy from. We're expecting the rejections to happen from here, still 75%. And I've given you risk counted reasons in our several live sessions why I usually react from the 75%. All right. So if you want to buy from there, you're all good. Based off of the impulse of the market, right? You want to look at this. Okay. This is it's currently reacting from 50%, I think. I'm going to check it out. Okay, so you want to do this if at all you want to buy from here, but not for long. I don't think it's going to be for long. But if you're thinking of, I think this is already reacting from 50%. Yeah, 50%, like I said, though not a touch, but it's reacting from the 50%, which definitely I'm thinking it will still regress down to this point. And then if it breaks this point, if it fails to, let's say something, maybe a 1:2 or a 1:2.5, which I'm not very certain of. But if it gets to this point, it will definitely react from it. So I'm going to take out this guy. Instead, I'm going to indicate a reaction, meaning I'm expecting it to come here, react for a buy, all right, and then probably push down to this area and then buy off. Or it may not really buy off from it. It may get to this space here, this gap here, to get you, but definitely it's going to react from it. All right, so that is that for gold. So if you saw the buy, if you took the buy, congratulations on taking that massive buy. You know, for, I was just looking at gold and it was just doing wonders. Okay, so that is it. Now the next pair I'm going to be looking at, we checked EU, and EU really did us dirty, right? EU really did us dirty because it was buying. We're expecting buyers, right? And then it all went sour. Now, and why did it do that? Now, if you, based off of what I showed us yesterday, I said we're expecting the following candle, which was, I'm going to take this out, okay, which was this guy. We're expecting him to close bullish, and when he closed bearish, owing to the fact that we're still bullish, don't forget that we're still bullish on EU as at that time. Owing to the fact that I closed bearish, what happens? This our POI gets invalidated, meaning it no longer holds. We now visit the following POI, which was below. Unlike NU where we said, since this guy closed, where is it now? Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Since this guy closed bullish, this guy would still hold. So the probability of holding is higher compared to this guy that closed bearish. So meaning this guy may likely be taken out. And that's why we result to this second POI. If you remember, it's all on the chart there. Now, on the second POI, how did we get the second POI? Still an accumulation zone we marked out, right, on the 1-hourly time frame. And if you can observe, even though we are taking a trade from here, would have been still be stopped out. All right, would have still be stopped out. Reasons being, you can see the long week off, and which you wouldn't still, not all trades may turn out to be winners. All right, so you just your loss. So this first one was invalidated. So if you had not taken your entries, you were still safe and you would have waited for this guy, which you would have still be taken out. But all good. Okay, you move on to the next one. Okay, so for this morning, what are we looking at for EU? Let me just take a quick snapshot of that. Okay, let me take a quick snapshot of that. Now, remember, overall, we're looking at, before I go into what we're looking at for today, overall, we're looking at this trend line being taken out. And we're citing this area, right? This area here to exit from. We can see the trend has been broken. So I'm expecting today, right? I'm expecting today to close bullish. Though yesterday closed bearish, but not bearish enough to engulf the previous day's candle. All right. So I'm expecting today probably to close bullish, and in closing bullish, in the first revisit this area. So we have a target in mind, right? We have a target in mind here. All right. So I'm going to go back to the 4-hourly time frame, and then we'll go back to the 4-hourly time frame. Let's take a good snapshot of this for record purposes. Okay. Okay. Good. Where is it now? 26. Okay. All right. So that's that for EU. So what is happening right now? What are we looking at right now? Like immediately, what are we looking at? Let me hide all this. For EU, we're going to be looking at this. Now you can see the whole long rejection, and if you come from a place of the 4-hourly, it's rejecting from this area, right from here. That's where it's rejecting from. So what does that tell you? The buyers may still continue, most likely, right? Most likely, okay, but probably a momentary correction is just happening, okay. So except otherwise, you know, you change with the markets changing directions. So you're not fixed on it must sell. You're not the one moving the market. So if it's selling, we switch to sellers. If it's buying, we switch to buyers. It's that simple. So for me, I'm going to be looking at this. So 75% of that week is going to be right. It's going to be right here, right? That's 75% of this week, which is a probable area. But then I'll have to step down to the lower time frame to see what it tells me. Now I have a trend like here. That's why I think you can see my 75%. So I'm going to hide that. So that's my 75%, right, of the week. So if I go to the 1 hourly time frame, let me see what 1 hour does to us. Okay, on 1 hour, we're still having some clear moves, and you can see this is a clean order block that sponsored the whole buy move that we had later on yesterday evening. So that's it. There you go. So right here, so I'm expecting this order block to be even defiled and then probably down below to this 75% area. I'm going to look to the 30 minutes. Okay, good. 30 minutes is signaling that this guy will hold because we have just 75% of the candle, two candle bodies. And if I check that out, up we go. It aligns perfectly. So 30 minutes aligns with the 4 hourly week. The 30 minutes two body candles. Remember I talked about the two body candles in our previous slide, which you have this and then you have this, whether bullish or bearish. Okay, it's up to you. So let's assume you have a little wick somewhere around here, and then boom. So you're going to take 75% of these two marrying candles, 1, 2, and where is your entry? I call it the 75% entry model, right? Maybe I should give it a name, a proper name, right? Since our industry is full of nomenclatures. Okay, naming ceremony. So that's it, just right there, and you enter, and your SL will be big enough to cover the low, right? Now you're not looking for tight SLs. You're not looking for so much perfection. No, all you're doing is play out your model and let it work. If it drop an L, you dust your face and you move on. Okay. So for this case, this is where I'm going to be entering from. But guess what? Now in this case, when I have a scenario like this where you have a wick and a shift candle, in fact, you can decide to even enter from here. If you're looking for more precision, like because I call this an engulfing wick, right? I call this an EW, an engulfing wick. That's what I call it. Now, why do I call it an engulfing wick? Because most often than not, it has tested to hold. All right, it has tested to hold. It has proven to hold most often than not for exits and for entries, especially for exits. In fact, for entries, they are just something else. I don't know what you even classify them. But if you're going to take from the 75%, so you don't miss out on a trade, if you're going to take from the 75%, it has to be below this. All right. And then your target is way to wherever you want it to go. So that's what we have here right now. So you can see from the wick of this candle to the full body close of the previous candle, which is these two candles. Let me mark them out. These two candles. So let me give them a feeling. So these two candles there, right? So you want to look at from the bottom to the top of these two candles, and that's what I at the 75%. So we'll be waiting there to see if we get triggered for buys. So back to the 4 hourly time frame. Boom, 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 boom. Good. So back to the 4 hourly time frame. Come back to the 4 hourly time frame. It still boils down to this week area, right? So this area. So our entry is going to be very simple, just right there, except the market has reversed, like I said. Okay, if it has reversed, you guys should tell me market has reversed. Okay, that's why I enjoy the fact that you have the opportunity to say this is what I'm saying, or this is what I think concerning you, or this is what I think concerning social pay, because we are all trading together. All right, and your knowledge is useful to everybody right here. So simple. This is what we're expecting to happen on you. Now, mind you, we also have areas, we marked out this area here, marked out this area here. So the possibility of visiting them is also there. So potentially you're taking out on SL. Don't think, oh, it's like, no, you probably didn't do something wrong. It's probably just have to wait for this other area to be taken, to be visited. All right. These are an accumulations, a very strong one. All right. And then if you go to the one also, this is also an accumulation zone, even though not a very steep one. Okay, it's very steep though, but then you can see that. So most likely this area. So if it comes to that area, bro, just dust up, take your L, and wait for the next available move. All right. So this 4 hourly time frame will determine. I think this is already 3, and then the previous time frame 4 hourly candle closed bearish also. So it may just have sellers up until 3 p.m. So if 3 p.m. doesn't take out this guy, if it doesn't take out this guy, our buyers may be valid. All right, our buyers may be valid. So that is that for EU. Then we also took an L on UJ. Yeah, at UJ. So UJ was 500. So we're gonna sell UJ. Okay. We were saying that already UJ was sitting on an exhaustion area, and if you agree with me, I shared with us that for the past since 2023, UJ has been accumulating, even though we know UJ is bullish bear, but it has been accumulating within this this whole area. All right, that's what it has been doing since 2023. So you'll be surprised, except you go to a higher time frame like this one, you wouldn't know that this is what UG has been doing. Okay, so right from here, boom, 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 boom. Now, boom. So what are you expecting? The sellers to continue. Now, when you're saying the sellers to continue, it's, not like gold where you just see a steep move, just like we saw yesterday during the Asian session, right? Very steep. Now, the market doesn't work in straight lines. It always has to. It's just the way you breathe. Breathe. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Even though you want to continue upwards, right? So you have to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. So sometimes when you're breathing, you breathe so deep, and then you have to breathe out. Just like that. That's how the market moves. Even though it's going upwards on a sinusoidal wave or whatever wave form it takes. All right. The same way with the market. It doesn't just fall, except you go to an overview. For instance, you go to the monthly time frame, you observe that we have just one candle indicating a whole sale for this month. All right. Now, the same thing with last month, which was December. You can see the old pin bar there, signaling correctional impulse. So by February, UJ may still maintain the bears. Mark my words, I said may. All right, it's not a decisive statement. It's a probable statement. So if this guy closes bearish, which I'm hoping it does, today is 29th, so we have 31 days. So tomorrow is Friday, which is 30th, meaning the month has ended and it has already closed bearish. Guess what will happen? We expect a continuation of the bears. Because already, now if you understand, I told you guys about the Japanese candlesticks, which I said you should. I recommend greatly that you take a personal study on, right? You'd agree with me that once you see a signal like this, once you see this, what does this identify? It identifies that corrections are coming in, and you can see it's closing bearish. So it's all this. It's just this. All right. You have this bullish man, and then you have this correction. All right. Mind my drawings, okay. And then you have closing bearish, engulfing bearish. All right. Not just engulfing this guy, engulfing both of them. And then guess what happened? Just to show you that I may not visit again, just to prove that I may not visit again, it wicks to the top. Let me make this broad a bit. Let me make it broad a bit, so don't mind the whole. So it wicks to the top, meaning yeah, I've successfully cleared out everybody that possibly will make me go up. That's what that means. And then what happens? I told you about the abandoned baby, and in some of in our previous classes, right? I told you about the abandoned baby. Okay, so it reached to the top. So if this guy closes bearish, what do you expect the next following months to do? The following months is going to close bearish. So it may close bearish, probably may wick up a bit, but the bears are more certain than the bulls to come in. Now you may want to buy, no doubts. I'm not saying you're going to be wrong. You're not wrong, but based off of candle anatomy, what we are seeing here is bears. If you'd agree with me, and owing to the fact that it's been accumulating since 2023, you want to agree also that it has gotten to the peak currently. Now, if you do this, 75% of oh boy, I just love trading, right? I love trading. Now watch this, all right, carefully. 75% of these two candles, what do you notice there? That was our exact precise, catching your hair on this call. Now remember, that's exact precise entry for these sales. 75% of these two candles. So what does that tell you? Entry has already started for sellers. So you waiting to be taking out this high is not the possibility is very slim. So what's your next target? Your next target will be, if I'm going to be selling for long, let's say you want to swing, this is where your next target should be. Talking about trading candlesticks and all the old stuff I trade. All right, this is where my next target will be. So I'm going to be dumping till I get here. Maybe at the beginning or maybe at the end. If you have mind to go to the end, fine. But I don't want to go to the end because, bro, you don't want to be burnt out. All right. So what we're going to do, I've not really tested 75% on dojis, but probably it's going to get to this area. And guess what? We marked out this area in, I think this should be 4 hourly or daily. So that's 75% right inside the other block. So this is where we're expecting possible exhaustions to end, to take place. That's the reversal for more buys. Are you seeing it? Except this area will be broken down. But you can see that just it. That's the general overview of what UJ is going to be doing for the next few days, few weeks, and all that. So these buyers that are coming in, all good, all good. We love you. Keep buying, but then we are buying you to dump you. That's what it simply means. If we follow what we are seeing obviously on the chart. Now, talk about yesterday's outcome. Okay, let's quickly talk about yesterday's outcome. I'm gonna hide this too. And we still did the same thing just as we had for NU and blah blah blah. Now, this is for yesterday, and we said this was 7 a.m. This was 3 a.m. rather. This was 7 a.m. And we said we want to see 7 a.m. close there, so that this other block, this our POI here would hold. Guess what? It closed bullish, and I explained to you that if it closes bullish, the buyers will come in. If it closes bearish, the sellers are coming in. And guess what? It closed bullish. What does that tell you? The next thing, meaning this area has been invalidated. This is our POI. And guess what? Buyers stepped in. And where did it reject from? From our previous, I marked out 3 POIs for UJ, or 2 rather. So we marked out 3, yeah, 3. And the previous one was marked out from the 1 hourly time frame. And you can see it from this, I think people that create breaker block and all that. No, not even there. It was supposed to be here, the whole of this candle. And we refined it to this guy. Okay, so if you are taking 75% of this candle, of that doji here, watch carefully. This is the doji I'm considering. Where is my block 2? This is the doji I'm considering, right? This guy. Let me take this guy out. Let me delete this. You see this doji here? So if you take 75% of that doji, what does that tell you? These are premium contents I'm sharing on this call, and it's not funny enough. Alright, so you can see it's right there. What does that tell you? Sellers have come in. Now, why is this buying? Even if it buys till tomorrow, we still know that UJ is bearish, right? So where are you bearing from? Possibly the next sellers that you're expecting to happen may happen right now, like right where the market is happening and reacting from. But we don't want to be fooled. We don't want to be fooled because yes, we know this is an accumulation zone, but we don't want to be taken unawares, just like what happened yesterday. So I'm going to go to the 4 hourly time frame. We already took a loss on UJ yesterday, and I've explained why. And I told you I had a re-entry around this area, right? Which you saw the rejection right there. Now observe with me. This is 3 a.m. This is 7 a.m. 7 a.m. close bullish. So meaning what? The bulls will continue until it gets to an exhaustion area. All right. Since this 7 a.m. close bullish, I don't know. I don't sell for now. So my next exhaustion will have to happen probably by 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. Take note of that. 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. So I'm going to take 75% of this week to see what it has for me. Sorry, not 75% upwards, 75% downwards. I just got a message from a friend sending me his possible swing trade. Interesting. All right, so we're going to be marking out this area. What is the chance of the market coming back to this area today or tomorrow? Are you seeing this? No, one of the problems in trading is the ability to wait. The ability to wait. So let me go to the 1 hourly time frame and see what 1 hour does. So 1 hour is telling you that I have 2 candles there. Let me take 75% of the both candles down to this. It still boils down to the same. It's still the same point. The same point. It's the same 75% area. So if I want to sell my UJ, I'm going to be looking at this area. Alright, this area got tested. So my next target will be to say the market is going to buy down here, buy up there rather, and then I know there are considerations for things above. I'm seeing things above. We are seeing things on things above. But we can, if this market should successfully, this 12 p.m., if this market should successfully hold like that, it sells from there, bro, I may swing it to the bottommost bottom. All right, but let's see what happens. Now let's see what happens. Right from here, our stop loss slightly above. All right, let's say we give it stop loss of 40 pips. I say 40k. We have 40 pips. Good, 40 pips. Right Now, don't forget also go back to the 4 hourly time frame. Don't forget on this 4 hourly time frame that we have. Let me delete this. On this 4 hourly time frame, don't also forget that we have this guy here. That's why I said you need to be prepared to take L's in trading. Drop your SL and be confident with your SL. Nobody's don't let pressure bamboozle you. So this is it. So if possibly it gets even to this OB that we marked out there, we are still safe with our SL there. Alright, we are still safe. Except UJ moves very impulsively, very, very aggressively. So except it comes and takes us out, we're all good. But this is where I'm expecting the market to possibly reverse from. But it will be wrong if we mark out this and see if we could refine into that area. Alright, so let's see what a 1 hour time frame does. So on the 1 hour time frame, revisit may not be. Let me go back to the 4 hour. Just a minute. So I'm going to do 75% downwards from this to this. Whoa, this is way past ISL, right? Way past ISL. So we're just going to wait. We're not going to take this guy. We're going to wait. So we are having. Why did I delete that? So we're having this area. This is one. This is one. And then I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this also. And I'm going to delete this. So we're having this. So we have already explained this previous one. So I'm going to take it out. So you're having two POIs right now. And for the both of them, bro, this one is the most likely hold. Now, this is one, this is two. Now, there's every tendency that when the market gets here, there's every tendency that when it gets here, it will react and then buy up and then sell downwards. So this is what we will do. Oh boy, what is this? Yup. So buy up to this extent, retrace a bit, come up here, and then sell back downwards. So this is what we'll be looking at for UJ. And don't forget there's a gap above. So we're not really no, we are concerned about that, but we're not really going to consider that for now. All right. So yeah. We're good to go. Now, for those of you who trade Fibonacci's are very interesting tools, right? So go take a personal study on it. Now watch this. For those of you who trade sweep of liquidity, king Kong. Now this is a break of structure, right? You agree with me? This is a clear break of structure. And I consider something a break of structure when there's a body close below or above, right? That's when I handle body close, not weak. That's not a break. I don't consider it a break. Let me not say that's not a break. So this is a break of structure, right? So you want to use your fib from the top of the chart, right, to the bottom. And this is the discount, this is the premium. So you want to sell from premium. So if you raise your fib a bit to where the break of structure happened, because you want to get the discount or the premium of the premium area. What do I mean by premium of premium? Overall, this is the how do I do this now? How do I do this? Okay, this is the premium area. Give me a minute. This is a premium area, right? This is a premium from where I marked. This where this mark is, and then the discount is way below. The discount is below. Anything below is the discount. Now, the premium of premium, meaning take it to where the break of structure happened. Now, if you take it to where the break of structure happened, you notice that the premium of premium moves from here. Oh boy. It moves from here to this area. And then the discount moves to this area. So you see that our premium of premium, based off of liquidity trading and all that, it aligns to our entry. 75% aligns to our current second POI. You want to take note of this. All right. This is something I teach in my premium in my private stuff. So I'm just letting you know because this is how I trade. It's a live session, so I'm just literally showing you how I trade. Do you understand? It aligns to the premium of premium. So, bro, we're gonna wait. Even if we don't get tagged in all, that's that for UJ. Who else are we gonna look at? We took no, we didn't took anything again. Who else do we let's see CAT JPY. Have we checked EU? Have we checked EU? Yeah, we did EU. Yeah, we did. We already did. So we checked. Let's check CAT JPY. CAT JPY can see. Oh boy, I closed my buyers out, and you can see it just moving right. I closed my buyers out. GJ has already hit it. GJ2 is the same thing. Let's go back to that CAT JPY because let's see what an overview is saying for CAT JPY. CAT JPY is still bearish, funny enough. But the problem I have with CAT JPY is this. If I go to the daily time frame, right? Daily time frame. Okay. The first was a week off. The second was a close below. So it may in turn sell. It may still sell. CAT JPY may still sell, possibly. Yesterday was massively bullish. If today closes indecisive or closes a bit bearish, the sellers will come in. If it closes like this today, just forget it. The sellers will come in. And that will be, let me see on the following. Let's see on the following. Yeah. So I'm just gonna let this slide. I won't say anything about that, but if it closes indecisive, it just continues the sellers. This is GPJPY. The same thing with CAT JPY, exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. The AD JPY. AD JPY, our buyer that we took, that you people don't allow me to execute, didn't remind me. You can see the buyers held and then we missed out on the whole move. Now, why is it reacting? Why is it rejecting from where it is right now? We don't know if ADJPY is gonna be bearing like UJ do. It's reacting from here, right? That's why it's the whole sell is happening there. Okay, that's why the whole sell is happening there. Let me look at the monthly time frame. Oh, this month has been massively bullish for ADJPY. Massively bullish. I think okay, it's here to take the high, but then it still is massively bullish. I think I would want to hold on with whatever wants to happen. But it's not funny that we didn't take this buy. It's not funny at all that we missed the full buy. Okay, next is VP card. Please, if you have any asset class in mind, you can kindly voice out so we quickly check it out.
What's up, PPT?
Yeah, good morning, Cholo. What's good?
Good morning, Bossman. I'm on Ubex, still not the active since when they cook. I still they cook.
Now, just a minute, okay. I'm pained right now. I'm really pained. This is the first video I published on my YouTube, right? And I wasn't tagged in. And you can see it has done the whole TP stuff. And this was on a daily time frame. I took this trade on a daily time frame. It was as clear as the sun. This trade was as clear as the sun to me. But all good. Any pair of choice, please. Any pair of choice. Let's quickly check it out. Cholo, captain.
You can check down Dow Jones with Nasdaq. Yeah.
Nasdaq. What broker do you use in checking your Nasdaq?
I'm trading prop now. I'm trading the Aqua funded 10K account. So
I'm looking at what broker we use to check it.
Okay, what broker? I'd say say check it with think forex.com has it. Forex.com.
Forex.com, I don't really let me just use Nasdaq to check Nasdaq. I hope
like NAS 100, just type US 100 or NAS 100.
US 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I have capital.com. NAS 100 has their own broker. I've seen a broker on that. Okay, let me see capital.com. Okay, let me see capital.com. Why am I seeing something different? This is US 100, right?
Yeah.
This is NAS 100. FXCM. Okay, FXCM. Funny how FSA was one of my first brokers I used. Good. I'm gonna just use Rwanda. Good, Rwanda. So on the 4 hourly, bro, this is kind of a bit messy. Let me go to the monthly and see what last time did. Now Sunday it's been bullish since inception. Like since them born am, he has been buying.
Yes, sir.
So the probabilities are more biased to sellers. Now, even if you check on the monthly time frame, you can see that this current happening is still a bullish happening. You can see now this is funny how this was a bull, this was a bear, but this is like a let's see, look at this circle too. You can see this is like a doji or a pin rather. Now what do you expect? What do you see here? What am I going to click again? Well, now when you see a bearish move like this, a bearish candle like this, just a minute. When you see a bearish candle like this, and then you have a pin bar or a doji or whatever it is that forms there, and then you have an engulfing blue, what does that tell you? The bulls are still continuing. And I don't think he's gonna sell any. He's not gonna be selling it. Has been buying since they bought it. So let's go to the 4 hourly time frame. So we have already established the fact that it's a bullish asset by nature. We all agree to that. Okay.
Yep.
So currently we want to look at where we're going to be entering. Possibly buys. And if we're going to be selling, it's going to be momentary sales. Momentary sales. Now, like the gold, nothing is too funnily so clear. Let's see what this are, right? And then you have this. I'm not going to mind this guy. Why am I not going to mind this guy? This guy just came to read off everybody right here and reacting from this area here. So I'm not going to be minding him. Okay, so I'm just going to mind here the support, the strong support zone. What do I expect? I expect this. Okay, let me mark this out. Okay, let me just take this out. So I'm expecting this to happen. Just this is one I don't forget. 75%. Let me see 75% of this may be around somewhere around here. So I'm gonna see that first. Now I don't know how it reacts, so I may even decide to take 50% instead of 75 first coming. So I want to see if I don't have it first and then probably 75% right here. And then let me take out this feed. Take out the feed too. And then if I go to 30 minutes, let me see what the 30 minutes says. Okay, it's clearly enough. Clearly enough, I may prioritize this over this. Why am I prioritizing this? That's the 50%. Because it's sitting on a neckline. You know, teaser bottoms and teaser tops. So I'm going to take this ladder. Now I know the okay, this is like 65 pips. So SL just below. And then my targets. So if it's reacting from here, firstly you want to make sure that you have number one, you want to make sure that this is broken. This area at the top is broken first. Before if you want to hold your buys. Okay, this area is broken at the top. And when I mean this area, I mean this guy especially is broken with body close above, broken with body close above before I'm going to be thinking of maybe I want to hold my buys, because of course you've seen it that it's been buying since. So this small regress sellers that have been coming in started just on Wednesday. Alright, started just on Wednesday and just a retracement, which this candle that happened on Wednesday, still Wednesday, which was it 26th, right? 26th. This same candle has already raided for the came for, has already done the job. If you observe, you see multiple raid happenings on the pair. Alright, multiple times raid happenings. So it has raided what it wants to raid. So the next massive buy that will come may just skyrocket. Okay, but then just to be safe enough, your TP can be here. But if you want to be extreme, just take it to the high. Right, to take it out. That just it on -100. Now, mind you, remember I marked out 2 POIs. I said this one, which is 50%, and the reason for this, it aligns with a neckline. All right, so give your SL enough space. So peradventure it visits this area, fine. But if you want to wait here, you can wait here. But the chances of you getting a trade there may not possibly happen. Meaning you may not see a trade there. Do you understand? You may not. I'm not saying you won't, but you may not see a trade there. You may not. I don't know. I don't know how it moves, but then that's just it on as 100. I think I'll start trading as 100.
It's a very good it's volatile, just like.
See, bro, once you get a good buy on as 100, let's assume I was probably saying, right here waiting and all that. I would have probably marked out this guy if I was trading as 100. Just imagine you're buying as 100 from here. Just imagine you're buying from here. Let me be frankly speaking, I won't close it. I won't even, when they say no TP. No TP on, because he's been buying, meaning any retracement he's doing is he can't go below. I'm not saying, not for a fact, but then I don't think Nas 100 currently will go below this level, like to come below it. No, I don't think so. So even if it retraces, it will sell to still buy. Come on, sell here and buy, sell here, buy. So you can still hold it as a lifetime asset on your brokerage account. Is that simple? I hope you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So any other pair, please?
No, not at all.
So you see,
can you hear me? Oh, my network going straight. Hello.
Sorry, I got disconnected. So it seems only Nas 100 you trade.
No, not only Nas 100 though. I trade other pairs, but I reduced the amount of pairs I trade.
Nas 100 is giving you food.
And they chop me sometimes.
Now, if I look at this week area now, based on a week, I don't think that would happen on Nas 100. Based on what I'm seeing here, if I'm looking at this, let me check other histories. No, I don't think it will happen here. I don't think it would ever happen here. Let me go to what thing I do? Let me go to the daily and see what happens on the daily. Just a minute, please. No, I don't think it will happen. I don't think. But currently it's reacting from a high.
Yes.
Mind you, it's reacting from a high. So if he wants to sell, let's see how it goes to. But if he wants to sell, I didn't even check that. So it's currently reacting from a high. So this is on the daily. And hopefully today closes bullish. Let the buyers continue. Hopefully today closes bullish. So I'll be looking at if at all I want to buy. In fact, funny enough, the point we marked out for our entry at 50% is exactly, let me delete this. Is exactly at an engulfing week. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
So it's a very sweet entry. So except otherwise, and this is signaling there. But then except otherwise, these buyers may hold. Except otherwise. Okay. So that's
all right, man. Thank you so much.
So I think that's that. Let me see what gold is doing. Gold is okay. We are still waiting for gold. We say we want to buy. Let me see what we did. Okay, it has visited our first PY. Let me go back to the 15 minutes. It's reacting currently from our first PY, which I said if you're going to buy, you're going to buy from here and blah blah blah. So we're still waiting for the second one to come because gold can be funny. I don't know if Trump is always talking. I don't just know. Yesterday I bought gold. Guy, see my buy gold now. My buy on that's like a 13 hour. Just in one speech, just came, tapped me out, and then continued buying. And I nearly cried.
TPT.
Yeah.
About that funded hive thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this friend of mine, a girl.
Okay, just give me a minute. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me just quickly So I guess we are done with questions. No questions, right? Captain, no questions.
Not from me.
All right. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave us a follow on X at the prolific with a double C or TPT. So check out us on TikTok also. Thank you for watching. Stay guided, stay informed. Cheers.